Welcome to the Deborah Kennedy Show. Tonight, I have the honor of having a superhero right here on the set, Tanisha Burke. I'm so excited to have you on the set, girl. You are my hero.
Thank you.
You kind of check, do it all.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here. Thank you so much. I'm super excited.
Absolutely. You were recommended from a dear friend of mine, Judy, who I just think the world of. And you have the most amazing, unique business, Malaysia Lights. But you also have a cool backstory. So tell me how this all started.
Okay, let me see. This was back in 2019. I was turning 40. Mm-hmm. And you know how they're like, oh, you have that little switch or something that goes off? And I was like, I didn't feel it. So either way it go, when it did happen,
right.
I was
felt it.
I felt it.
You're like, okay,
yes.
It's a magnetic switch.
That part. So I was actually on a girls trip. I was just trying to find my way, in life. That's what it was for me, is what am I about to do? Because what I'm doing is not what I'm going to be continuing on doing. So I knew it was something and some change that was coming. So that's what the switch was for me with my definition, right? So on a trip, we went to Paris and Amsterdam and all that good stuff. Everybody was turning 40, so it was 12 of us. We did big girls trip. We just had a great time.
Big girls trip.
So I was disconnected from the United States, so I journaled to see, where is this leading me? And when I got back, one of my friends was like, well, before you go spend all your money, why don't you make your own candles? And I'm like, can you do that? She was like, girl, yeah, go to Amazon. I was like, well, Amazon got everything.
You can write a book on Amazon. You sure as heck can make candles, right?
So either way it go, I tried a little kit, and then I really like it. I'm a very creative person. I like doing things with my hands. I learned by touching stuff.
Right.
So I made a candle, liked it, threw myself into some Facebook groups about, beginning candle making and stuff like that. Once I kind of started playing in some wax and dabbling with some fragrances, being like test dummies with my friends and my family. Y'all try this. Don't burn your house down, though, But we had a good time with it. And I remember my sister was like, well, just go after it and see where it take you. And I was like, okay. So I did. And when I sat down to try to think of a name, I came up with the name. My niece, her name is Malaysia, and she brought so much light into our lives when she was born. So that's where Malaysian lights come from.
I love it. We were talking about, we had a guest on before, and she builds brands for social media, like you being a brand. And it was really about being genuine. And I love that your story is so genuine of how you started and you wanted to share it. And like you put on Facebook or whatever, how you make your candles. And so that's what people love. Yeah. So you can have a great story. You can have a great backstory. You can have a good business. But you have to be unique. And what I think you bring to the table is your uniqueness. Like how I've never seen candles created with such artistry. So tell me how you come up with these ideas, because that to me is magic.
Well, okay, for instance, when I first started, every last one of my candles have a story as the reason why it is. So everything was intentional.
The tequila one is I needed one more shot, baby.
That part. When you want to unwind for the day. I'm truly a wine girl, but in college, I was the whatever I can get my hands on girl. So.
Woodruff, tequila.
Yes.
All the stuff. Yeah.
But then my desserts, I love to bake. I'm a baker at heart. That's just something I enjoyed doing with my mom growing up. And my mother's no longer here, so that was kind of homage to her. So like my banana pudding candle that I have, my granny taught me how to make a banana pudding.
Right.
And everybody loved her banana. Like, you will get into a fight over the last bit. Like,
So we can't eat that pudding, but we
Yes.
have a candle. So
Yeah.
we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about candle making classes and
Yeah.
how we can get involved. All of that when we come back with Tanisha, but enjoy this little clip on how she makes the candles. And we're back with Tanisha. I loved a little video of how you make the candles, which is so amazing. And I love the creativity and the artistry that you put into it. But I also like that you have a sleep candle. Tell me a little bit about that, because that was the industry you were in before, right?
Yes, correct. So I did sleep for 20 years. And on my sleep candle, ever since I started, I always wanted to incorporate my sleep background because I was very passionate with that. I absolutely love the sleep medicine field. So I did a talk at Chapel Hill for continuing education. So what I did was extracted a portion of that on good sleep good sleep hygiene tips, and I put it on a QR code, which is on the side of the candle. So if you buy the Pillow Talk or the sleep candle or the relaxation, they all have the QR code on there with the good sleep healthy hygiene.
Oh my God, girls. So give us a little dish on that, because we
absolutely.
know that everybody's going to get it. They're going to do the QR code, but tell me, because I need that. What is some sleep hygiene? Tell me how I can go to sleep better and sleep better.
Yeah, well, a lot of people,
All of it.
A lot of people don't realize that looking at your phones, it actually excites a part of your brain that makes you stay awake longer because of the screen timing. So you want to stay off your phone at least an hour to 2 hours before going to bed. You want to create a routine, because sleep hygiene is an actual thing. So you want to create a routine to get your body into the mode of, hey, it's time to wind down. It's time to go to sleep. Low lighting, something relaxing, some smells like lavender, eucalyptus, anything relaxing. Your bath. Candles, wax melts, because you never want to burn a candle when you're sleeping. So doing anything with the lavender and vanilla wax melt, that's going to calm you as well. So you can just have that going. Also room sprays, I have a lavender and vanilla room spray as well. Spray your sheets, your pillows, then go take a nice shower. Then your bed's ready to come and hug you and rock you to sleep.
And I love that on your candles you have the little QR code.
Yes.
That if they forget these tips, that they can refresh themselves.
Absolutely, yes. So that way it's there for you. So because a lot of people don't know it's a thing, so it's there for you to start incorporating what's going to help you and your children.
Right. And I'm going to put out there for those people that maybe drink a little too much. They can combat that with having a drink candle instead of the actual alcohol, right?
Yes.
I love that. We're helping people. We're helping them sleep, and we're helping them to limit their alcohol consumption, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, what else can you cure? What else? Tell me, Tanisha, what else do you have out there?
I know. Well,
baking instead of eating
Yes.
the banana pudding, they can smell it.
You're not going to consume calories
Right.
when you smell. So.
Right. Well, I love it. I love the whole concept. I love that it's uniquely different. I know you do test studies. Is there anything out there like your candles?
I'm sure there are.
No, there's not.
But nothing like what I have. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Uh-huh.
I've had people come to me when I first started, did the Fruit Loop candle, and they're like, I got one off of TikTok, but yours smell like the actual thing. So they were blown away. That's the one thing that a lot of my customers say is that your stuff smell like what it says it smells like. So that's the wow factor. So what's important to me in every last one of my lines is that it has a wow factor.
Right.
So like I have a Sedona candle, and it has cacti in it. It has succulent. So it looks like the desert, and it smells fresh. It smells inviting, relaxing as well. So a wow factor is that it reminds you of something in Arizona.
I love it. We love to have inspiring women that empower other women or empower those audience members out there to make a difference in their lives. And I love you. You are just absolutely contagious. I love everything that you're touching and everything that you're doing.
Thank you.
And I appreciate you. I know you had a busy day, that you stopped by the set to hang with us tonight. And I just love everything that you're doing, Tanisha.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I love you
Aw.
and your energy. I told you that from day one.
Thank you. I know we did our little phone call. Although it took me a minute to call you back, I apologize about that. But you are amazing. So we look forward to great things from you.
Thank you.
Tanisha, she is not only making your dreams come true by the perfect dream candle, but she's also making all your other visions come true, no matter whether it's a cocktail or that banana pudding that your grandmother used to make. You can't get it anymore, but you can smell it with her candle. So Tanisha Burke making a difference and empowering you to make a difference as well. Deborah Kennedy Show viewers, there is an event coming to town that you will not want to miss. Mark your calendars, Saturday, September 28th. EmpowHer. Follow me on social, check me out on Facebook. But the one thing that's for certain, you will want to grab your ticket so you can be in the audience. EmpowHer. It has your name on it. Mark your calendars and see you on September 28th. Tonight, I am so honored to have Mrs. North Carolina America, Danelle Martin, on the set. I'm so excited to have you, Sister Queen.
I cannot tell you how excited I am, and I love that you said Sister Queen. This is a sisterhood and a legacy like no other, and I really appreciate you having me.
Oh, it was an honor. I happen to have the biggest honor ever judging the pageant a couple months ago.
Right.
And you were just from the moment you started to the ending, you were just the package. But what I love about you is that you are a woman with a mission. You have so many things that you have overcome and so many things that you are gearing towards, and you're making a difference. You always have this glow and this smile and this kindness about you. So tell me a little bit about how this all started with your pageant career.
So pageantry, I will say, I don't think your show is long enough. It's been a long, long journey for me. Actually, one of the things that I think has been so incredible was that actual moment, because that was 31 years in the making, and everyone said, well, geez, when you won, my best friend said, it looked like you were going to hyperventilate. I was, I truly was. And I dropped to my knees because it was like all these years of work and improving myself and working in the community and all of that. Plus, in addition, now as a Mrs., it's not just about me, right? I have kids, I have a husband, and all of them were there, and they all put that work into. And my father, 80 years old, two-time Vietnam War veteran, in the audience. So I just had the weight of the world come on top of me right when that moment happened. So it was incredible. And thank you so much for the honor of choosing me. It really was extraordinarily special.
What I love about you too is that you didn't give up. There are many times that a lot of people will try a pageant once, they don't win, they get angry, and they don't repeat. That was not your story.
No.
You had a great story. This was your third?
This was my third time here. I had competed when I was much younger, took a 20-year hiatus, and started competing again really out of advice, speaking of my dad, from my dad. He pretty much told me, do all the things. Do all the things in life, Danielle.
Right.
And for me, a calculated risk, I would say, was to try pageantry yet again. And the state director, Wendy Galley, had reached out to me in 2010, but I had already started having kids and timing wasn't right. Everything in life, timing.
Right.
Absolutely everything is about timing. And I decided to do it again. I decided to give it, that shot. And that first year, I had no time to prepare, 6 weeks to prepare. And I knew I wasn't ready, but I had gotten my feet wet, and that competitive spirit started again.
Absolutely.
So second year I came back, worked a little bit harder, worked more on myself, got to experience all these wonderful things with my kids who didn't know that part of my life from 20 years earlier. And came back the third time, and everybody always asked me what the difference was. So what was different the third time? And the difference was really just being me.
Right,
Just
uniquely
being me.
you.
Yep.
That is a big secret. I mean, it is like a marathon. You do have to prep for all the things.
Right.
The interview, the swimsuit, the gown. But you have to stand out by being yourself.
Right.
So when you say it was a moment in time where it is almost like when you come back into a country and you kiss the ground, that's what it felt like when you were crowned. And we're going to take a quick break and see some of those videos and pictures at this moment. And now we're back with Mrs. North Carolina America, Danelle Martin. What a moment. Those pictures just say it all.
They really do.
You were just in awe. It was culmination of all the time that you put into it and uniquely being you. And so let's talk about uniquely being you with a podcast that you have.
So I have a podcast called Diary of a Queen, and it started when I started back into pageantry. I had a lovely gentleman, and I know when he watches this, he's going to know exactly who he is, that told me, "Why are you competing?
I love that story.
Yeah, you're too old and no longer relevant." And, later on he said, "Well, I didn't mean any harm by that." I said, "Listen, I'm not mad at you at all. That put a fire under me, and I wouldn't be where I am right now without it." But, I just thought, if I had been put down and I had had these issues, that there's probably women all over that had had issues that just need to talk about it. We're a community. The one thing about women is nobody can put down a woman like another woman, but nobody can lift up another woman
Exactly.
like a woman.
I agree.
So that's kind of where Diary of a Queen was born from, with the intention that we are all queens, whether we have a crown or not. We all have an invisible crown, and that we should all help one another. So we talk about all the things. We talk about the hard things, the easy things, the ups and downs in life, and I probably have gotten just about as much out of it as viewers that have watched it.
I love it. I think that when you talk about being a queen, you're crowned one moment when you're a Mrs., and the next you're mopping your floors.
Right.
So it's not like the Miss
Right.
where for the whole year you have, an event coordinator and a director that takes you
Right.
on the journey. Ours is you are the journey. And what I love about you is you're finding your journey. I love that there are pictures of you were just at the U.S. Open, and the moment that you were crowned, you were at your event, where you live, you were at an event there and with your family, and you have hit the ground running. You are making the most, and I'm going to call it, are going to be the next Mrs. America.
Thank you. I would be super honored. You're more than welcome to judge if you would like.
Of course.
I already did that once, but you're more than welcome to do it again. You only get one moment, and all of this has been a culmination of so many years. And, as this has started to come to pass, I'm reminded of all the people throughout the 31 years of my journey and the different pieces of advice. And the one thing that I remember that always sticks out to me, there was a gentleman that used to do pageant training years and years ago, and he said, "You always treat every day like it's something special." Now, he said that as a knock,
Right.
but for me, I was like, I sure do, because every day is it is special.
Right.
So for me, I have 1 year. I have 1 year to be a civil servant, to lift people up, to do the things that I want to do with this title, enjoy it with my family, travel. I'm going to make the most of it. I'm going to do whatever I can.
And what I love about you is all that's going to happen because you're uniquely you. But I do love that you are the first to lift every woman up. You're very genuine. You are always reaching out to, on Facebook, I'll see all your little lift ups. But that's so wonderful because that's what we're on earth to do.
Exactly.
Why put down other women when we're in this world together, and one smile or one little comment can make a world of difference, in every woman's life. And I love
agree.
that you do that.
In 2009, I had, one of these pinpoint moments where life changed for me, and I decided to become a servant. And having a servant's heart changes how you reflect onto the world and how the world reflects onto you. And it has really changed my entire life, where I look at things in a completely different way. And then, of course, getting married, having children, that changes your perspective as well.
It really does. Well, I'm honored that you stopped by the set tonight.
Thank you.
We know great things are going to happen for you. I am your absolute biggest fan. I know that you're going to bring home that title, but more importantly, I know that you are the title. I know that you walk the walk, live the life every day with your heart and your soul, and I'm just honored to have you on our set tonight.
I couldn't be more honored myself. Thank you very much. It really does mean the world to me.
Oh, thank you. The next, Mrs. America, Danelle Martin, right here on our set of The Deborah Kennedy Show. International Chef Armin is here today in the kitchen with Armin. Mwah. Mwah. He is whipping up something amazing. We are doing our favorites, dessert and cocktails. Oh my gosh, what goes better together?
Right.
Except for Armin and Deborah. So what are we doing?
And we're just as fruity as the dishes.
That's right.
The two of us together. So what we're making today is a fresh berry compote, and that's going to be served over ladyfingers with ice cream. And then we're also making a beautiful cocktail, and that is made with some Prosecco, some Chambord, and tell us all about this fabulous juice.
Which I will help you with. Kombucha. It's fermented. It's good for you. It is amazing. We're mixing it with a little alcohol to make it even better.
Exactly.
Ooh, I like it.
So we're going to start here with this because it takes just a minute.
And I'm going to start with my lady finger.
We're going to add some lemon juice. We're going to also add some sugar for the compote. And this is just going to break down, and we're going to add our fresh berries. Now, a normal compote will take about 10 minutes, so we're not going to use all these berries up on this because we're just going to make a small amount.
Right.
But you want to mix in your berries and get them to break down as much as you can. So we're going to put some raspberries, some blackberries, and some blueberries and some strawberries. And they're nice and fresh.
They're very fresh.
And we can add a little bit of fresh mint to this when we're done too. So what we want to do is get this to break down just a bit. So we're going to use the little whisk right here, and just kind of mash these things together. And as you can see, some of them are starting to break down already. We've got a nice flavor with all the different fruit, a little citrus because we added the lemon juice and we added the sugar. Now we use Truvia. It's a natural sugar, so it's not like you're adding sugar to sweet fruit.
Right.
So it's no sugar added basically because we're just using the natural sugars.
So you just did a little of that to give it a little texture?
Exactly. And now what you want to do is let this completely break down and make a real true compote. You can use it for drinks, desserts, tea, whatever you want to add it to later. But we're making a trifle type dessert with the ice cream, so we're going to go ahead and layer that ice cream in there. And before I finish this, I'm going to add a little bit of rum to this.
Oh, a little more alcohol.
A little more alcohol. It's the end of the night. We can have whatever we want now. So you can see this has a nice flame going underneath it. And you can see how it's breaking down.
Oh, it smells so divine.
It does. It smells really good.
And this is a simple, easy recipe. that basically is 4 ingredients, as you are the master
Exactly.
of.
What we try to do as little ingredients as we can. So we're just gonna pinch a few little pieces of fresh mint in here too. It's nice if you have some scissors, you can cut this up in it. But if you don't have a knife with you,
Just use your fingers.
just use your fingers.
I mean, you're a chef. You can do anything.
Right.
Make it look easy.
So now you can smell that fresh mint.
I smell it.
And
Oh
mint
my
grows
gosh.
year round here in the Carolinas, which is nice. Mint, rosemary, a lot of, aromatic, great seasonings that you can use year round.
And a lot of people grow it in their backyards. Or
Exactly.
on their patios.
And it grows like crazy.
Yes.
It
Oh,
slows
and
down.
we're gonna do a flame?
So we're gonna do a little bit of rum and hopefully not catch the place on fire this time. And see if we get a little flame here.
What a little flame. I like flame.
Maybe, maybe not. Might not.
Yeah,
That's all right.
that's okay.
So this has got, now you can smell that rum in it. So you can, and this is a Banana Foster's rum from a local distillery. And then we can just take this. You see how it's breaking down really nice in the center.
I do.
And if we had longer, we could get this to really break down. But it's going to go on top of your berries and stuff, your fruit. It's going to go right on top of the ice
good,
cream.
Armin.
So we're going to take this. Why don't
Okay.
you hold this for me? We're going to go ahead and pour this over this. So you see, you got some nice rich berries here still. And then we're going to let it continue to simmer while Deborah makes us our little cocktail.
So what I love about you is that you absolutely make everything look so easy. And our viewers, I get the most emails about your segments because you simplify cooking. And this is a gourmet meal that literally has 5 ingredients.
Very simple, easy
Very
to do at
simple.
home. Especially with your guests with you when you're trying to top off the little flame like I did. Here we go. So that's ready to
Yeah.
go. So we're just going to let that
Let me make
sit.
us a cocktail with that.
Well,
sauce.
Deborah makes us a cocktail.
Let's
We're
do
going
a
to,
little champagne. Who does not love champagne, right?
right, a little Prosecco or
Prosecco.
champagne, whatever you
Whatever
like.
we have. We just have Prosecco. Okay. What I love is you always master a signature cocktail when you come here. I don't know how you come up with a new and different one every time, but
Well,
you do it so well.
Have to sample it first, you know.
Of course.
So now this is this great juice. It's got great medicinal purposes to it. So you're not just having a cocktail, you're having something healthy at the same
Very
time, right?
healthy. Mixed with the alcohol, why not?
Why not? And
Why
then
not?
Chambord is a nice raspberry liqueur.
I love
So it's just
this.
adding a little bit more fruit flavor to it.
Touch it up.
And then we're going to take the rest of this compote here. Like you can see how it's broken down really nice now. We're going to pour it over this.
Oh.
We're going to shut this off. We're going to add a fresh raspberry to our drink.
Love it.
And we are going to toast to this wonderful dessert and cocktail.
Cheers to
Cheers.
everyone. We're going to top this off and we're going to say how easy this is for our viewers at home. It is 5 simple recipes. Check out the Deborah Kennedy Show on YouTube so you can get the play-by-play ingredients, and how to cook this.
recipe, all the
And
stuff on
thank
our
you.
Facebook page too.
Thank you for always coming
Oh,
to
you're
the set,
welcome.
being part of our lives forever, and cheers to you.
Cheers.
And cheers to you at home.
In a world so cold, where there seems to be no hope, so just look